Okay, everyone, I am going to walk you through how to do problem 7-8A. So it's from chapter 7, problem 8A. And we're given some information for Flounder Corp, and we're supposed to do a cash budget. So the first thing is you want to make sure that you mark it as the 2 months ending February. So whatever your time frame is, it's just for those 2 months for the cash budget. So to start, you're going to do a beginning cash balance, and they give you that information for January up top. So right here, it says the company's cash balance on January 1st is 48,700. So you enter in 48,700. And then we're going to add our cash receipts. And so we have collections from customers, and that you can find in the other data. And so when you start this, you're not going to have anything for the beginning cash balance of February because we have to figure out what the ending cash balance for January before we can enter in February. But when you're going along through these receipts, you can enter in the information for February. So if we look in here, so we've got collections from customers for January and February, so we can enter both of those in here. And then it says other receipts. We've got for January, we have notes receivable of 17,000, and then February we have sale of securities for 6,400. So we have notes receivable for January is 17,000 and nothing for February because there's no notes receivable. Sale of securities, there was nothing in January, but there's 6,400 in February. So then you're going to total your receipts. So you're just totaling up what's here to get your total receipts in both of these columns. And then your total available cash is your total receipts plus your beginning cash balance. And that'll give you your total available cash. Then it's going to be less your cash disbursements. So you have your purchases, and that can be found in your other data. So for January is 107,700, and for February is 141,500. Obviously, your numbers could be different, but you'll find that information in the other data section. You got your salaries, and salaries is going to be found up here in this top information. So we have salaries of 84,500 for January, and February is 81,000. And that's just a straight enter in. So the next one, administrative expenses, there's 2 steps to it. So it tells your administrative expenses right here, but then in this information below it, it says all other expenses are paid in the month incurred except for administrative expenses, which includes 1,000 of depreciation per month. So you're going to take your administrative expenses minus 1,000 or whatever your number that it gives you right here, and that's what you're going to enter in. So for January, it's going to be 70,400 because that is 1,000 less than this amount up here of 71,400. And you do the same for February. So you take 73,500 minus 1,000, gets you 72,500. Then you just have to enter in your selling expenses, and that's just a straight entrance from up here, 79,900 and 86,200. And then there's dividends. There's no dividends in January, and there is in February. So from the other data, it told me that there's in February a 12,300 cash dividend. So then the same as from our receipts, you're going to total up all of your cash disbursements right here. So you do total disbursements, both January and February, but you're not going to be able to total this side yet. And so then you're going to take that number from your total available cash. So your total available cash minus total disbursements will give you your excess of available cash. Then in financing is the next entrance. You have borrowings and repayments. And so for January, this is 55,500 is your excess, and it tells us right here the company wants to maintain a minimum cash balance of 52,470. So because this 55,000 is higher than that, we don't have to borrow anything, and we don't have any repayments, so the total is 55,500 for ending cash balance of January. Then you can use that information to put it into February as your beginning cash balance, which then you can start calculating the February side. So on this side, your total available cash, which is your total receipts, plus your beginning cash balance, gives you your total available cash. Then you'll total up your cash disbursements, and you'll subtract that from your total available cash. And then, so right here, the excess is 46,600. That's less than what the company wants as a minimum cash balance. So they wanted a minimum of 52,470. So we're going to take the difference of what we have from what we need, and we're going to have to borrow it. So you borrow 5,870, and it gives us exactly what they wanted of 52,470. So it's pretty straightforward. The trickier parts is just remembering to subtract for administrative expenses, and you have to finish off the January column to get your ending cash balance to start off the February column. And then you just have to make sure that you have what the company wants in the end and borrow the difference that you don't have. It's pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, put it in below. Thanks.